We have no time to waste, and I am back with new information. PlayStation Blog has just released an article on the game developers. This will be a long video, so hold tight, sit tight, and grab some popcorn. In the article, the developers were asked a few questions about what's going on in the game. The first one was, what is a tweet length elevator pitch for this game? It states, in the Outlast trials, you've been abducted by the Murkoff Corporation to go through unethical experiments that will modify your psyche and behavior. Whether you go through the trials by yourself or in a team, if you survive long enough, Murkoff will happily let you return in society. Will you be the same? Basically, that's the question. Well, that's interesting because I don't know if you guys remember the gameplay trailer. There was the part at the ending of the video which stated Murkoff and you partners in healing. So in this paragraph, it's stating that if you survive long enough, Murkoff will happily let you return to society, but will you be the same? So after they changed your psyche and they did all this experiment to you, are you really going to be the same in the real world? To me, it's like a no-go. You're not really going to be the same after they've done all that experiment to you. Basically, it's therapy. Because if you heard from the intercom, which is in the gameplay trailer when the guy is talking, that people don't really pay attention to, you can hear him say, this is a therapy and they're happy to have you here for it. So basically, this is just a trial run, which is stated in the game's name, no pun intended, Outlast Trials.
Thank you for volunteering for the therapy.
Okay, continue. Next paragraph. The next question that was asked is, what would you consider the new key gameplay innovation for this title, and what sets it apart from other games in the team-based multiplayer horror genre, as well as the previous Outlast entries? This is the question that everybody has been waiting to get answered, because everybody's going back and forth saying, is this going to be Dead by Daylight, or is this going to be an Outlast trial multiplayer that's never been seen before? Well, the answer to this is supposed to say, this time, you can choose to survive with friends. If the previous game could be compared to movies, the Outlast trials is more like a TV series. Your journey to freedom will be a long one. So meaning is just, it's a continuation, and we're gonna have a long path to go on to freedom. There's gonna be trial and errors. We're gonna die a lot, probably that's what they're stating, or like there's more to happen in the game than there is before in the other Outlasts. That's what I take from the paragraph. Alright, but another question pops up to mind. If it's like a TV series, how long is the game going to be? And if we're surviving with friends, they didn't really go into detail how the multiplayer would be. The other question was, why is it now the right time for this reveal? They stated, we simply want to give our friends an update, and unfortunate news that we have to delay the release into 2022. We're getting closer than ever, but we need more time to refine the game. With each game, we try to give ourselves a new challenge, and the Outlast Trials is no exception. Okay, we can agree that we don't want a shitty game. So if we want a good game, we're gonna have to wait, and we're gonna have to pay the price of waiting for the game to come out. I won't be mad if they took this long and the game comes out good, rather than if we get in 2021 and the game is like half done or not really done, it's not what we expected, and then we're just bashing them for that. No, I'd rather them finish what they gotta finish and then let us play the game when it's fully finished to enjoy the game as we go on. Now, another question that is important that they asked is, what do you hope players will feel when playing this game? Whether they play alone or with friends, we want players to feel like they're fighting for their lives and they're fight to freedom. But can you have freedom of the body without freedom of the mind? Alright, hold on. That's a powerful one right there. Let me re-quote that. But can you have freedom of the body without freedom of the mind? I gotta admit, this is like a conspiracy theory game because these questions hit home. But can you have freedom of the body without freedom of the mind? Your actions is based off your mental health. Creators are basically saying, are you going to be stable enough to actually get out into society? And that's what I take from this. Are you going to leave the trials intact, or are you going to be broken? And we all know the answer to that. We all know how it's going to go down. Alright, next paragraph. Next question that was asked is, how would you describe the game's art design and what were some of the inspirations behind it? The approach used is the same as the previous Outlast games: twisted realism, decadence, and in-your-face gore. So, I mean, we all know Outlast is about gore and just straight to the point with it. There's no hiding it. There's no other way to escape it. It's just straight gore. Decadence is basically the deterioration of morals, which means that morals are going to be broken and people are going to change just because of the hypnosis that's going on and the test that is going on with these people in there. their morals are not going to be the same after they get tested on and, you know, going through the phases that they're going to go through. Next paragraph question is, how are you designing the main character in a way that will appeal and connect with players? Iconic nemesis are part of the Outlast DNA, and this time we have more variety than ever. Players will get to know many weird, dangerous, and violent characters. Although they're also victims of Murkoff, most of them are definitely more than happy to prevent you from completing the program. In this one here, they're talking mainly about like the antagonists and how they're gonna try to stop you from reaching the goal. Basically, there's a lot of them. Like there's Mama Goose, whatever you call her, Mama Goose. You have the grunts, you have the sledgehammer guy, you have the axe guy, then you have the sleeper, the guy who's always bent over sleeping, and you gotta crawl past him. You got like a lot of antagonists in the game, but that's what they were stating in this paragraph. Now what's interesting in this article is that under the picture where you're in the hall, like where it says B1, it states in between the trials, reagents return to the sleep room where Murkoff takes good care of them. Reagents can interact with Murkoff employees to obtain the items that they'll need for the next trial. I'm not a spoiler alert here. I don't know if it's true or not. I'm just guessing. But my guess is the distractive weapons that we get is where we get them from, because we're going back to base and talking to the Murkoff employees to get what we need to survive the next trial. This reminds me of a certain movie that I can't put my tongue on. Like, you know, like you have to survive and you're given certain weapons to survive it. And if you know any movie like that, put it down in the comments below. But this is what it seemed like. It's really interesting because we can go back to base after we survive one of the trials. So that means there's more than one trial in there, and there's just not one. There's multiple, because they're saying it's going to be like a TV series, which I believe them on that. But that is all for this information today. I know I was talking too fast, but I was so hyped to get you guys this information. I was going to get you guys the information about the end-game trailer where there were scripts on there, but Michael Strawn already got to it, so if you want to watch his video on it, he already has it down. But today I got some good information off of Facebook, off of the Outlast page, the official one. You can go check it out yourselves and see what they're saying. But this is exactly what I put in my video, and it shows. Thank you guys for watching again, and see you guys in the next one. Make sure you punch and hit that subscribe button, and make sure you like it as well if you want more videos like this. Thank you, and see you guys later.